Good afternoon. This is the World News at 12 on Smash 88.1 FM. I am Adeboye Oluwafemi. First, the headlines. Nigeria renews suspension of flights to Niger Republic. Court voids 21.5 billion naira money laundering charge against ex-chief of air staff Amosu and others. Niger residents protest hunger, shut down major roads. Federal government begins enforcement of ban on sachet alcoholic beverages. On the foreign side, U.S. for Middle East strikes. In business, Naira weekend at parallel market rises at official. In sports, Pesaro eyes other strikers with Osimhen doubtful for South Africa clash. Stay tuned, details coming up shortly. And now the news in details. Residents of Minna in Niger State yesterday stormed some major roads in the state capital, protesting the high cost of that the development is sending many Nigerians to early graves. But Governor Mohammed Umar Bago, in his immediate reaction, blamed the protest on those he said were out to hijack trucks conveying foodstuff to Minna from Lagos. This came as the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, asked President Bola Tinubu to immediately address the high cost of living in the country, saying many Nigerians are finding it difficult to survive. Similarly, Governor Arba Yusuf of Kano State pledged to personally meet with him of the economic hardship, Ahmed Chani. This directive was contained in a letter dated February, signed by the Director of Air Traffic Services, Tayo John. Justice Chukwujekwu Anike of the Federal High Court in Lagos on Tuesday nullified the criminal charge preferred against the former Chief of Air Staff, Adeshola Amosu, and two others over alleged 21.5 billion naira money laundering. It was reported that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFC, charged bordering on money laundering to the tune of 21.5 billion naira. Justice Anike on Tuesday upheld the preliminary objection of the defense counsel challenging the jurisdiction of the court to entertain the case on the grounds that the defendants were 7 officers of the military at the time. It had argued that the defendants, Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, has commenced the implementation of the ban on the importation, manufacture, distribution, sale and use of alcoholic beverages in sachet, PET and glass bottles of 200 milliliters and below. The Director General of Agency, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, stated this yesterday while briefing newsmen in Abuja. The agency in January 2022 stopped the registration of alcoholic beverages in sachet and small volume PET and glass bottles between 200 milliliter. The DG also said that as of January 31st, 2024, a beverage in those categories that was registered by NAFDAC. In addition, she said the World Health Organization has established that children who drink alcohol and more likely to use drugs, get bad grades, suffer injury or death, engage in risky sexual activity, make bad decisions, and have health problems. You're still listening to the World News at 12 on Smash 88.1 FM. More stories to come on the foreign scene in business.
Save and win pali promo owó gbẹ̀mù 89 million naira lè máa fi ṣèfàjẹ́ ní sáà yìí kò sì gbọ́dọ̀ fún yín rú. ẹ̀yẹ ṣáà ti pé gbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàá náírà tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ pamọ́ lóṣooṣù kẹ̀sì ṣènáwó ọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ márùn-ún ó kéré jù kẹ́ ẹ lè jẹ́ olóríire náà yóò jẹ́ ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ jíìpù GAC nítòkan pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn amóríyá mìíràn. àwọn oníbàárà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ àti tuntun náà lè kópa láti ṣí àkáǹtì tuntun kẹ́ ẹ lọ sí ẹ̀ka wa èyíkéyìí tó súnmọ́ yín. àwọn àdéhùn àtàsọtẹ́lẹ̀ wà o.
Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
You're welcome back to the World News at 12 on Smash 88.1 FM. On the foreign scene, amid lingering protest, triggered by postponement of the presidential election in Senegal. Members of the Senegalese parliament have voted to fix the election to December 15th after it was indefinitely postponed by President Macky Sall on Saturday. The election was initially scheduled for February 25th, and its postponement has elicited Anglican protesters clash at several locations in the capital Dakar on Monday. During the chaotic debate, the police stormed the parliament and forcibly removed some members of the opposition. Sall announced on Saturday that the election, which was scheduled for February 25th, would be postponed, pitching the West African nation into uncharted unconstitutional waters and triggering violent protests. 105 MPs and 165 state assembly voted to delay the election until December, which means that Sall will remain in office until his successor is installed. The president, who has served a maximum 2 terms, was originally due to leave in office on April 2nd. Russia and China have slammed the United States for its recent airstrikes on targets in Iraq and Syria. The two countries accused Washington of raising the risk of regional escalation at a meeting of the United Nations Security Council late on Monday. Moscow also asserted that the U.S. decision to launch the attacks was linked to the upcoming presidential election in November. Russia, whose invasion of Ukraine has been the topic of bitter debate at the UNSC over the past 2 years, had requested a council meeting after the U.S. launched dozens of strikes against Iran, allied targets in Iraq and Syria. The attacks followed a drone strike on a U.S. base in Jordan that killed 3 soldiers. Nabenzia says that the attack, which killed several dozen people, including civilians, demonstrates Washington's complete disregard for international law. He also accused the U.S. of seeking to draw Middle Eastern powers, including Iran, into a regional conflict. And now in business, the Naira strengthened at the official window on Monday after the Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Olayemi Cardoso reassured that the Apex Bank was making efforts to tackle the volatility of the currency. The local currency appreciated by 1.09% to close at 1,419.6 Naira per dollar at the official forex window, according to data obtained from the FMDQ. The dollar was sold for 1,435.53 Naira per dollar on Friday. Recall that the Naira dropped significantly to an all-time low of 1,482.57 Naira per dollar last week Tuesday at the official window, defying efforts by the Apex Bank and the federal government to boost liquidity in the foreign exchange market. However, the local currency has rebounded after a series of policy announcements from the CBN. Meanwhile, the Naira did not fare better on the parallel market, trading between 1,440 Naira per dollar and 1,460 Naira per dollar at the close of trading on Monday, according to Bureau of Change Operators. The Naira closed trading on Friday at 1,450 Naira per dollar at the alternative forex market. Mr. Abubakar Abdusalam said that the dollar was gradually gaining against the Naira due to the activities of orders. Today, Naira is sold to dollar at 1,455 per dollar, but they are selling at 1,445 Naira per dollar. And now in sports, the head coach of the Super Eagles, Osei Pesiero, is facing an anxious wait to learn more about Victor Osimhen's fitness. Osimhen did not travel with the rest of the squad ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations semi-final match against South Africa. It was reported that the Napoli striker is suffering from abdominal discomfort. He has stayed back with medics who will continue to observe him ahead of Wednesday's clash in Bouake. However, Pesiero has other strikers he could call upon if Osimhen is ruled out of the game. Pesiero has Paul Onuachu available. The Trabzonspor striker has come on to replace Osimhen late in some of Nigeria's matches, providing an outlet for long balls. Kelechi Iheanacho and Terry Murphy are yet to taste action at the AFCON, but if Pesiero decides to go for quick and mobile forwards against Bafana, he could call on either player. Osimhen will however be given the all-time he needs to recover. Saudi Arabia will host a new elite tennis exhibition featuring Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal and 3 other Grand Slam winners in October. The Six Kings Slam event will form part of the Saudi Cultural and Entertainment Festival in Riyadh season. Major winners Carlos Alcaraz, Daniel Medvedev, and Yannick Sinner will also line up, as well as Olga Rune. The event will take place during the ATP season, which already has a full schedule that month. Exhibition events are usually played during the breaks in the ATP season or after it has finished, but in October, players are already due to be involved in Masters 1000 tournament in Shanghai and Paris. Meanwhile, Spaniard Nadal, who signed up as an ambassador for the Saudi Arabian Tennis Federation last month, said he was looking forward to the event. In entertainment, famous Nigerian singer Divine Ikubo, well known as Rema, has made history as the first African artist to win a Chinese Music Award. The singer achieved the feat after his song Calm Down remix with American superstar Selena Gomez won the Best Collaboration of the Year at the 2024 Hito Music Award in China. The award was presented by Taiwan and hosted by DJ Andy. Rema joins American and British artists list of few international musicians to have won the award. American global pop star Taylor Swift is one of the most celebrated international artists at the award ceremony with over 6 awards. In case you have any news